Hello and welcome back to Starfield. We're working our way through NG+3 for the second time. I think what I want to do next is go talk to Walter and see about whatever it is he's got on his mind. If I can find him.
Did you know Walter is one of the richest people in the universe?
Never regretted coming out of retirement. Constellation's got the writ of the righteous. Keeps me young.
This really belongs somewhere. How do I change the axis of rotation on this thing again? I think I don't. I just leave it here. Whatever. Anyway, we're looking for Walter. Ah, easy. Asleep again. Hey,
I've
Walter.
occasionally had my doubts about Constellation as an investment. But now, well, it's clearly money well spent. I want you to know I was very impressed with your work back on Neon. I'm beginning to wonder if there's anything you can't handle. I'd like to test that theory. My Star Yard's been having a little trouble getting our next project off the ground. I need someone capable and decisive to step in and steer it in the right direction. Interested?
Sure. It's gonna cost you, though.
Love the enthusiasm. I knew there was a reason I picked you to help with this project. It's a new ship. We want to diversify our fleet. Now, I don't know why the people I pay very handsomely to come up with new designs can't seem to get out of the R&D phase. And frankly, I don't care. I just want someone, you, to go there and show them how it's done. I did not. Part of the problem is that my designers seem to be having trouble agreeing on a plan. I should mention that you're not there to make design decisions. You're there to get the project back on track and help guide them. So, ideally, you're not adding to the problem.
Okay. Don't make it
Excellent.
worse.
I'll send word ahead to the project lead, Jules Degante, that you're taking point. They'll all be instructed to listen to you and follow your direction. I expect big things from you. So I'm excited to see what you manage to deliver. I don't believe you'll let me down.
Well, let's go help them make some decisions. I'm pretty sure this didn't set my quest correctly. Overdesigned. There we go.
And we shall be on our way.
Stroud Eklund Star Yard. So Walter Stroud has charged me to take over the project and end all dispute.
We're docked.
Welcome to Space Station Arrakis.
Captain, it is pleasant.
I'm Walter Stroud, and on behalf of Stroud Eklund,
Walter is quite proud of what his company has accomplished, and for good reason.
I came out of curiosity, but some of these specs. Impressive.
This place is something else.
asking for technology that doesn't even exist, Frank. I'm good at what I do, but you're mental if you think I can pull off what you're asking. Tried and true.
What about...
You should focus on.
Tried and true is so dull, though. I like Frank's design, but maybe we could pivot it to more of a research vessel? Something suited for deep space exploration.
That's a great suggestion, but you know what? We haven't heard from Nev yet. Maybe she has some marketing insights. Okay, but what if... Sorry, hear me out. What if we went for the family recreation demo instead? It's a much bigger market than Explorers, and no one else is doing it.
Oh, seriously?
That's a little different than I think we were all expecting, but a really good point.
I also worry that would limit us greatly.
Hey, back up. Nev's got a point. It's something we could easily build, and I'm sure the number crunchers could make it turn a tidy profit.
Thank you.
But I do think a solid, no-frills ship with a large cargo capacity would be even more practical and doable, given our time frame.
Look, everyone, we need to come together if we're to succeed. Let's change direction and do a little thought exercise.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, this must be Walter's consultant friend. Please, come join us. We've been waiting for you. Hi there.
I have
Hello.
been on dysfunctional teams like this.
It might surprise you to hear that no, I have not.
Doesn't surprise me.
This is actually the first project I've led for Stroud Eklund.
And you're not leading.
I recently graduated with a master's degree in engineering management.
Oh, that explains
I'm
it.
actually kind of surprised they hired me. But I was at the top of my class, so maybe they didn't want to lose me to some other star yard. Anyway, I'm grateful for the chance to do good work here.
And you haven't mastered the art of corralling people into converging their opinions. Okay. What does Project Lead mean to
It
you?
means I'm responsible for making sure our projects are carried through to completion. I'm not the one calling all the shots per se, but I do need to ensure the people making those calls are empowered to do that within the limits the executive set for us.
And you need to guide them to making those decisions. Okay, let me talk to you about
You must
this.
be Walter's colleague. He informed me that you'd be taking charge of Project Kepler despite the fact that we have a fully dedicated R&D staff already assigned to it. But that's okay. I'm sure that even though you have virtually no experience with this, you'll do a great job.
Ooh, passive-aggressive much?
Oh, I just assumed. You know what? I'm really sorry. I should trust Walter knew what he was doing. My bad.
Even so, we have plenty of designers.
As you probably know, we're tasked with coming up with Stroud Eklund's next hit starship. But we have budget concerns, market research to finish, and we can't seem to agree on a design. So I guess Walter sent you to resolve these issues. Have at it.
Okay. Walter sent me, which means he's interested and invested, which means we can kick the budget all the way to the Forest Star.
Ah, right, so you mentioned. Let's move on to solving our budget issues then, shall we? We were charged with building the newest, hottest ship on the market, which won't be possible unless we petition the board for more money.
So do it.
So we have two new budget proposals. One will allow us to build what I consider to be a very sensible ship, but we'll have to make some tough design cuts. The other will allow us much more flexibility to put whatever we want into the ship. It's what I call the kitchen sink proposal. I don't love it, but it'll be next to impossible to approve. What should we go with?
Next to impossible, huh? Given that Walter wants this thing kicked loose, I think next to impossible is the other side of the line from impossible. They call that possible.
While it's true we'd be able to afford to put anything and everything into that design, it's just not practical, and the board will put more pressure on us to see that it succeeds. I worry that without constraints, my team will be disincentivized to focus this ship in any given direction. And they'll try to cram in everything but the kitchen sink, hence the name. Who knows what kind of monstrosity we'd create if we tried to incorporate all of our designs? And would something that expensive actually sell? It's more that we can only choose certain design elements at the expense of others. In other words, if we go with something in Mike's design, there's not enough money in the budget for what Ella wants. That's one of the reasons we haven't been able to agree on anything.
And you didn't set down... I don't see anything written here where you've listed the various things you want to do, what they would cost. Okay.
I was afraid you'd say that.
Yeah, we're going to throw money at this one.
I'm the one who has to go to the board with this proposal, so before I can convince them this is going to be worth it, you're going to need to convince me.
Go big or go home.
Well, I'm all ears because it's going to take a miracle to convince them.
We've got an auto-persuade.
I mean, you're not wrong. You've got to ask them for more money anyway. Might as well go big.
Yep. I'm not going to butter her up.
Maybe. I won't rule it out. Okay, I think you made some good points. I'll go to the board with the kitchen sink proposal and get that approved.
Well, Jules, it seems you have your work cut out for you.
Great, that's one problem solved. I'll go forward with that budget proposal and we can move on.
And if the board
Next,
kicks,
we need to gather some market data.
call me and Walter.
The best way to do this is to outfit your ship with some sensors and take it through some real-world scenarios so we can make more informed design decisions.
Okay.
Great! Just pick up a mission or two at the mission board and proceed like you normally would. We'll collect the data when you return. If you take on a variety of missions, we can build a ship to handle a variety of scenarios. But if you just fly one mission, we can build a more focused ship. It's up to you. In the meantime, you might also want to talk with the team, get to know them, give feedback on their proposals, etc. Good luck out there.
Oh, okay. Talk with them.
So, you're Walter's friend. I know he chose you to head this project as some sort of favor. Honestly, as senior technical designer, I was hoping to receive that honor, but, there's always next time. Regardless, I'm excited to help you out. Do you have any experience building spaceships? This is wonderful to hear. I hope for all of our sakes that you are not overselling your ability. Now, I know you've been asked to give feedback on our design proposals. Would you care for a brief synopsis of mine?
Of course. Tell you about yourself first.
I'm the most senior designer on this project, for one. Despite all the acclaim he gets, I actually referred Frank to his current design position. He and I were in the same design program when we went to get our degrees back in uni. We support each other as friends as much as possible. Even when we disagree. I love my job here. But I dream one day of working for a small startup or running my own design firm so I can work on custom ships instead of mass-produced products. Of course. But first, let me ask you this. What pilot demographic is currently being underserved by the current starship market? Well, you're no fun. My idea is a little less
I'm not here to be
conventional.
fun.
I believe we should invest in making a dedicated exploration ship, marketed towards citizen scientists. Sure, we and other manufacturers have lines of exploration ships, but none built with the average consumer in mind. It's my hope that we can jumpstart a new era of affordable, accessible space exploration, fueled by ordinary people like you and me.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm trying to funnel all these people into a common design, so I'm going to give her support.
Thanks.
It's a great idea.
We would not regret going with my idea. This is a chance to do something that will truly inspire future generations. Why do I feel like answering this could be a trap coming from someone who was sent here by Walter to step in and take over our project? It's not like I have anything to hide. I used to think working for a super wealthy corporation would be terrible, but honestly, it's pretty great. They've been good to me, and the stability is way better than any startup. I've had opportunities I wouldn't have anywhere else, so yeah, pretty great. Well, as a senior designer, I'm trusted to work on some pretty important features on these ships. Most of my work is on the technical features, designing them to be more user-friendly. Computer systems like navigation, targeting, you name it. It may not be as glamorous as what Frank does, but without me, these ships would be almost impossible for the average consumer to actually use. Bye.
I'm actually kind of amazed we finalized the budget. That was relatively painless.
Okay, Mike.
I'm wondering if we need another chef in the kitchen.
I'm not a chef.
Again? I hear Walter brought you in to finally make a decision around
Bingo.
here.
I'm here to funnel you guys into making a decision. And if I have to kick some tail, we'll do that.
Well, quite the opposite, actually. See, I don't care who makes the decision, so long as someone does it. And said proposal doesn't make me regret getting into engineering. You get me? Speaking of which, I think my plan will get us where we need to be as quickly and efficiently as possible. It's simple, no frills, and most importantly, won't cause me any major headaches on the engineering side. Let me tell you, all the creative minds around here are so concerned with designing the most innovative and fancy ships possible. They never stop to think about the kind of work it takes to do that in a reasonable time frame. Yes, we're engineers. Our job is to make the bloody impossible possible. But that doesn't mean it's easy or practical. That and there's never enough of us to go around.
Okay. What's your role?
Couldn't figure it out from the engineering talk? I'm an engineer, mate. It means I'm the one who's got to put together all these plans and actually make the bloody ship fly. Been doing it for going on 25 years at various star yards. They still haven't realized this place would fall apart if not for me. And instead of letting me get to my work, they keep giving me fancy new titles and got me tied up in endless meetings like this one.
Oh, I feel you, dude.
It's truth, and we need it. The others believe we need to think big and innovate. Reality is, we just need to do what we do better than anyone else. So I'm thinking, there's loads of fighters. No sense in mucking about with that again. And we've already got one of the best luxury liners in the biz. What I figure is, the cargo running business is booming, and no one's quite built a personal craft like that to serve the working class folk. Nothing fancy, no frills, just a simple, sturdy, inexpensive ship with cargo room up the wazoo and make it so easy my cousin's little moppet could fly it. Our objective should be to build a huge ship with plenty of cargo room while keeping the costs low. Doesn't need fancy equipment, just the basics. Basic weapons, basic defenses, basic scanners. You get the idea. If we go with a design like that, I can focus on quality construction, and the ship will practically sell itself. Wait, really? I was expecting we'd have to argue a bit more than that. Well, that's a relief. I hope you're being sincere. Because if I can convince them to go with mine, it'd save us all a lot of trouble in the end. I assume you mean the company and not the people. Because even if I didn't already think so, I'd tell you that both Walter and Issa are great. The company's still kind of young as far as Star Yards go, but it seems to be going in the right direction, despite what it may look like. I've been doing this for a while at other Star Yards, and so far, we're avoiding a lot of the mistakes some of the older corps have made. Yeah, that's me, innit? Been here since the start of the company. Done engineering for going on 30 years total. Though I keep telling them, it's senior, not lead engineer. I've got no interest in being lead.
I feel
Too
you.
much management. Not enough tactile work.
Every time I've made the mistake of accepting a
Here I
lead
am.
title, I've regretted it.
Resigned to my fate on the R&D team. Nope. Not really. I like to think I don't have the ego for it. I've got nothing to prove, and I don't rightly care to make my mark on the industry. All I want to do is build the best damn starships I can, not get bogged down with all the excess particulars. But upper management loves the work I do, and they wouldn't let me say no to this. I guess they needed someone to keep everyone's heads out of the clouds, so here I am. Right. Take care.
So we've already gone with the kitchen sink thing. She wants cheap explorer. He wants simple. Let's see what you want. Nev.
Hi. Need something? Oh, no. Well, it's just... I'm a little new here, and everyone's got these big, flashy designs. And I'm supposed to come up with one too, but like, I don't know if it's as good or like, good at all, even.
Man, they've got each person coming up with an entire design on... Oh, good lord. It's not the way you do a team. Oh.
Thank you for saying that, but like, really? I don't know. Whatever. Here goes. So, I was thinking that we could really use a recreational craft in our fleet. But not like super luxurious like our Adonis pleasure yacht. Something marketed more towards families. Something Mom and Dad could pack up and take the kids on vacation. You probably think that's stupid, right?
Let's see, can you combine this with the idea of low-cost exploration ship, which can handle a lot of cargo and is a recreational ship? What would it take?
I haven't thought of all the details, but I'd imagine lots of passenger space would be a top priority. A mid-sized ship with enough room for one, or maybe even 2 or 3 families to spread out and relax. I don't think it'd need any fancy weapons or scientific equipment, so it should be pretty affordable. Families don't want to spend a fortune, so keeping the cost low will help guarantee plenty of sales.
So when we went with the kitchen sink proposal, yeah, okay. Yeah, you can find.
Really? Wow, I am... Thank you. I'm really glad I told you about it. Well, if we end up making it, I swear I'll work up a hell of an ad campaign for it.
Especially if it's a recreational ship that you can put people on and go far away and explore and haul cargo if you want. Yeah.
So far I do. But, just between you and me, I feel like I'm in a little over my head. I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. But my bosses really seem to like my work, so I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm doing something right. I still feel weird pitching ideas to people who have been at this for so much longer than I have. It's interesting. I'm new, and I've never done anything like this before coming here. Marketing for ships, specifically, that is. There are so many things to think of for different demographics, like style, features, cost, and all that. And you also need to think about offensive and defensive capabilities, because space is dangerous, and people need to feel like the ship they're buying is safe. Yeah, I've only been here for a few months. I did a little marketing for Chunks before this, but it was really more of an internship. Ships are like totally different than that. I applied for the job here on a whim because I thought it'd be fun. I never expected to be hired. See you later.
Okay. And now Frank.
You know, I have designed spacecraft for over 10 years. So, you must have really impressed Walter for him to give you this project. Or maybe it's a bit of nepotism. Never mind that. Perhaps he sees in you what he sees in me. My hope is that he sees the passion in our work. In truth, I know he values me, but he has yet to truly cut me loose from the corporate reins and let me do as I wish. But I understand Walter has given you much greater control of our project. Perhaps I can learn from you and convince him I'm ready for the same. As a designer, I see the beauty in our craft and deliver that to the consumer. My desire is to make flying in our ships a joy to all the senses. I have won awards. I am proud of my work. But I do not like to brag.
Bullshit.
Rather, my goal is to change the board's perception of employees like myself from mere cogs in the corporate machine to value us as artists and let us do as we please.
I remember how I felt about my work when I was 10 years in. Yeah. I was doing pretty good. I was kind of comfortable with the way I was using my tools, and I was competent. But at 20 years, I was an expert. At 30 years, I was really clicking on it. And at 40 years, I was retired. So, 10 years experience isn't as much as you seem to think it is, but that's the wrong thing to tell him. Let's hear your just here.
Yes.
At
least you may be more open to my ideas than my colleagues. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Imagine a luxury craft designed for the most discerning of tastes. Every feature designed for comfort and peace of mind. High-end performance, precision engineering, a spacecraft for those who wish to be seen. This will be the most elite personal craft on the market.
I see what the problem with this group is. The other three, we could gather them together on a reasonable ship. This guy, he's way out of step with the rest of the group.
The ship should be mid-size, spacious but not bulky. We'll want to build it with the highest quality, most expensive modules available. It should feel safe, but not threatening. Focus on defensive measures, not aggressive weaponry. Above all, you should be able to picture your favorite celebrity, or Walter himself, flying this ship and influencing others to buy as well.
I think buttering up this guy is the wrong thing to do. I don't want to denigrate it. Let's on your pitch.
I think I understand what you mean. It is not enough to say it's a high-end luxury ship. Who is flying this ship? Where do they go? What is their story? And why do they crave such attention? Oh, thank you. I will think on this and improve on my proposal. Because I am the lead designer on the project. It is literally my job to design it.
No, it's your job to lead the design
because
team.
I keep getting pushback.
Good lord.
And Jules has this idea that we will make a better product by designing it all together. Since everyone has equal say, it led us to a standstill. It was much easier before.
I think Jules was trying to guide you away from your fever dream that would sell 3 ships. Good lord. One of you.
2 words. Conspicuous consumption. Are you familiar with this concept? Huh. Of course. Rich celebrity like Borealis buys shiny ship to show off. Idiot consumer sees Borealis use our ship, and idiot consumer wants one too. I hope that's simple enough for you. Just because I do not like how corporate we have become, doesn't mean I don't like getting paid. Besides, with every successful ship I design, I believe I can influence the company to shift away from typical corporate bullshit and back to taking risks by pursuing art and innovation. Then again, here we are.
Okay, he not gonna be happy.
See you.
Well, he will be happy because we've gone with the kitchen sink already.
That data from your ship is going to be critical to our design process. This is going great. Just... Oh, yes, I actually do have a proposal. I wasn't really expecting you to give me feedback, but why not, I guess. I'd like to see us branch out a bit more in the starfighter market. Bounty hunting and mercenary work are both big these days, especially among the hard-blooded Freestars. I'm glad you brought that up. No, and yes, there's a lot of work out there that requires a capable fighting ship. But the real success comes from UC military contracts, which we would hope to attract by building a higher-end version of this ship platform for them.
Oh, good lord. I see why she loggerheads with the high-end designer.
We'd want to give it strong weapons, tough defenses, plus good speed and maneuverability. Most starfighters are fairly small, and the tricky part is keeping costs down with all those fancy modules. You could be right.
Dampen her a little
There's got to be
bit.
a better way to pitch the idea. I'll give it some more thought. Thanks.
Okay.
We'll talk later then.
I'm proud to be a part of the Stroud team.
I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bias this a little bit. I'm gonna do a couple of transports, but we're not gonna do the combat stuff. We're gonna guide these people to doing the whole explore, cargo, family, recreational vehicle, that sort of thing. So let's do this one. You don't have space for the passengers. Well, we'll come back and pick that one up if we can. So, let's see. Mission. Transport traders to Gagarin.
Everything seems to be where we left it.
Be advised, you are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. And we're done.
Yeah, the ship isn't very big. We can run a couple of...
Starting landing procedure.
I'm going to avoid the combat missions. Maybe they will de-emphasize the weaponry on the new ship. Okay, we completed a passenger mission.
Require my assistance.
Maybe I can do one more of those missions.
Nice clean dock, Captain.
Hello, Captain.
I know that there's a fine line you have to walk here to get the best engines unlocked. I may be blowing it, but let's see, what else have we got? Transport traders to Montara Luna. There we go.
Approaching ship. You
You've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. And that's it.
Landing site is official. Sit down.
Good day, Captain.
Okay. Transported the traders. Back to our overdesigned here. The bounty mission is optional, so I'm not going to do it. Like I said, I want to guide them away from the whole combat thing. We're going to be combining the Explorer and Cargo and Family Getaway. My model for this, the idea that I have in my mind, I know we can't really do this, something along the lines of the Rolling Stone from Robert Heinlein's book of the same name.
Docking integrity, 100%. Good to go, Cap.
Captain, greetings.
Basically a family spaceship that can do some cargo and can go on extended exploration. Okay, Jules, let's wrap this
I'd like
up.
to believe that you can help.
A more focused design seems the proper approach.
Ah, so you just did the one passenger mission. Well, seems like you handled it pretty well. Anyway, the data you collected will help us focus our ship design and cater towards certain pilots. Now we just need to solve our interpersonal issues so we can agree on a design. Easy, right? Because I'd be lying if I told you it wasn't. And as long as I'm being honest, it's kind of my fault. I had this idea that we should all collaborate on the design because I thought it'd give us the best results. And I'm not willing to give up on that idea. But it's made this challenging because it made everyone equally invested and no one wants to give up anything.
And nobody made it clear to them that they needed to funnel down. Yeah.
You seem awfully confident for someone who doesn't know how long we've been dealing with this. I've tried everything I can think of besides some sort of hokey team building exercise. So, what do you think you can do differently?
Well, if you tried everything but the hokey team building...
Okay, for real. It's mostly been just a bunch of arguing. First, we tried a group brainstorming session, and that went about as well as you can imagine. We tried individual designs, but that backfired. We've had meetings focused on individual aspects of the ship, and that just prolonged the process. I could have put my foot down and made a decision, but then I'd be giving up on my idea that collaboration will build us the best ship. That, and I don't want anyone to resign because of me.
See if we can make everybody give up one compromise.
I can't believe I didn't think of that. It's fair. Everyone goes around the table and makes a cut. That way no one feels like they're the only one being asked to compromise. This should drive us towards a more focused design. And since Walter asked you to take the lead on this, I don't have to be the villain here.
Bingo.
So you're sure about this? Great! Let's get ready to disappoint everyone equally. I thought it was obvious. Until now, that's how it's gone, but no one's relenting. Wait, you didn't mean actual physical fighting, right? Nah. Well, here goes nothing.
They usually do the team building thing.
Our friend here, remember, not me, has decided in order to move forward, we're going to go around the table and everyone is going to give up one major aspect of your design. It's the fairest way to do this, and ultimately, I think it's going to make our collective design choices a lot easier. Who wants to start?
Nobody wants to.
Okay, fine. I'll go first. I'm willing to cut some of the included hardpoints. It'll mean less firepower, but the consumer can still add them afterwards, I suppose.
You're looking at me, huh? I guess that means you want me to go. Oh, look, I'll be easy. You know I wasn't looking for anything fancy, but if I've got to make cuts, we can reduce some of the cargo base.
I guess we can cut some of the extra sensors and data collection equipment? As long as this thing can still make it to deep space and back with no problem, I'll be happy.
I'd be willing to give up some of the passenger space, maybe. Yeah, that should be okay.
Frank?
Okay, fine, you win. I'll cut out some of the luxury designs and features. All that gold trim was going to be tacky anyway.
Yes, it was.
Well then, that wasn't so bad. I feel much more confident we can actually build this thing.
Everybody's just a little bit upset, but better than that team building exercise, right?
Well, we're making progress now. Based on the decisions you made, it looks like we're going to end up with a very reasonable ship design. I have no worries about the feasibility of manufacturing and selling it. I hope not, but it's possible. If the ship sells well enough, the board will have no problem increasing the budget next time. The data you gathered for us will last a while too. And I think I picked up some useful techniques from you to help us work together better.
Lady, the problem was never the budget. You had people with conflicting goals, and you weren't guiding them to cooperating to get this ship out. Anyway.
It's going to be a smaller, sleeker, mid-range ship. I think it'll be best suited for an average consumer. Not too expensive, the ability to add a few options here and there, moderately defensible. It'll be decent for several use cases, but won't really excel at anything in particular.
So it may not have opened up the special engines that you get out of this quest. I don't know. We'll find out.
Now that we've addressed all our issues, we can move forward, finalize the design, and get this into production pretty quickly. If you could do us a favor and let Walter know that we're back on track, I'm sure he'll be thrilled. Thanks for your help.
Okay. Let's go back to the lodge.
You have a good day.
Overdesigned. Speak with Walter Stroud.
Assuming all systems are nominal, we are ready.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. All right, we're done. You're cleared to land at New Atlantis.
Let's see how Walter reacts. I know that he really likes the huge ship you get when
getting
you
used to this place.
when you encourage everybody.
Quite feel like home, but hopefully someday.
When you encourage everybody and do all of the missions and all of that, he really likes the ship.
I don't care what you have to do to get that project back on track. Within reason. Good to hear. I figured as much. See, I just finished looking over the final design they sent over before you arrived. I've got to say I'm impressed with it. It's a bit safe, but also an elegant evolution of our past designs. I think it's going to be a great addition to our fleet. I'll be happy to make it my new personal ship. Additionally, I want you to have one of the first off the assembly line for all of your hard work. Feel free to pick it up at the Star Yard. Thanks again.
Okay, let's go see Let's go see what they did. Collect your new ship. Now, the big ship they build, when I pop into it, I was really... They weren't kidding when they said kitchen sink. One of the reasons why I wanted to pare this back some is that the kitchen sink, put everything in it thing is just crazy. Kepler S, okay, that's probably my ship. I think it's just a matter of switching to the ship.
I am satisfied to see that you
And who do we talk to do that?
Welcome to Stroud Eklund.
Customer, security. It says collect your new ship. I guess we dock with it? Dock with the Kepler S? Is that the way this works?
I'm working hard, Captain.
Hey, Captain. Need help with anything?
I need you to get out of the... Yeah. Could have sworn that the way I did is I just shifted to it in the place you purchase it. If you talk to the guy that sells ships, you can switch it. At least that's what I thought. I guess we dock with the Kepler S.
Green lights on outer hatch. We're docked.
Okay. So far, well, it's got ladders. I don't like ladders, but most ships have them. Okay, not a bad little living area. Navigation console. That must be captain's quarters type stuff. We got some stations here. It's got one of their nice cockpits. I do like the Stroud cockpit. You have commandeered a new ship. If you dock at a star station, yada yada, the ship will become your home ship, yada yada. It has no weapons. Well, that makes sense. Docking at the Star Yard real quick. Should be a way to get into their ship editor.
How can I be of service, Captain?
Everything's so new here.
Customer, security.
Hamshaw's in the showroom if you're ready to buy.
I came out of curiosity, but some of these specs, impressive.
Let me know if you have any problems.
Ah, there he is.
A pleasure to
Evershaw.
meet you. Welcome to the premier star yard in the settled systems. We may be new, but I think you'll see why everyone's talking about us. Thank you. So, what sort of ship are you looking for?
I'd like to view and modify my ships.
course.
I just took ownership of a Kepler S. So we're going to give you the shipbuilder. And let's see, it's got a whole bunch of nice setup here. It's using the Nova 1050 engine. And it's got an SAE 5110 in there. Okay, mix of engines, fine. B class. The question. Let's take a look at the C class engines here. The sales. I think it's the 6830 that is granted by the quest. And if so, then we've got it. We could use this in a future build. 6110, 6220, 6330. These are, it's a nice series of engines. So maybe it's the 6330 that was granted by the quest. It's slightly less maneuvering thrust and much lower cost. Okay, so yeah, the 6330 is nice for Class C. Yeah, what else do they have here? They've got engines, Cyrus B, data grav drive. Yeah, not a bad ship. We won't be really flying it.
Are you ready to do some business? Let me show you our stock.
Razor Leaf also, we could refit. We're just going to go back to the Frontier as our home ship, since we have already outfitted it like crazy. Yeah, I think that's it for this recording. I will see you in the next one.